Oh, got the guy on the stinger. Is WARDOGS worth $40? Is it actually fun? Is it living to the hype, and does it have problems? Yes to every single one of those questions. WARDOGS is rough around the edges. It definitely won't be for everyone, and there are plenty of things that need fixing, but I cannot for the life of me stop playing it. I absolutely love this game. So let's break down what WARDOGS gets right, what it gets wrong, and whether it deserves your $40. Now, I love WARDOGS, but loving the game doesn't mean I'm going to sit here and pretend it's perfect. So I'm going to start with the thing that's bugging me most, which is specifically hit reg, armor, and time to kill. Sometimes I think the TTK is brutally fast, while other times I'm thinking armored enemies are absorbing way too many bullets. That contradiction tells me the game isn't communicating its armor and ammunition systems clearly enough. When you land several shots and someone survives, you need to understand whether it was their armor, your ammunition, bad hit registration, or just the servers having a moment. Right now that feels pretty inconsistent and slightly frustrating. And Bulkhead, if you're miraculously seeing this video, please, if I headshot an enemy, I don't care what helmet they're wearing, with a 7.62 round twice, it should kill them. Now, I absolutely love and adore the economy system. I think that's what sets this game apart from so many other shooters. You get rewarded for doing literally anything in this game, which is a good and a bad thing in some scenarios, but I'm not really going to touch on that topic. More or less, it just needs an overall balance, in my opinion. Say an enemy just dropped off a troop with his little bird, and he turns the little bird over and breaks the rotors and crashes, and everybody ditches the little bird. If I go over and I blow that little bird up, it shouldn't give me $7,000 because nobody was in that little bird. And logistics right now is kind of a nightmare, and I can speak from this personally. I did a lot of logistics runs to team fobs, and yes, it's super helpful to your team, but it doesn't really make you as much money as like dropping troops or filling your logistics crates with just straight bandages and having your team buy the bandages. Running supplies, I definitely think needs to be more rewarding. And seriously, those are really my only complaints, and I'm not even calling them complaints, more just constructive criticism on what I experienced playing in the closed beta. People were reporting some server side issues, a lot of like bad hit reg, but with over 23 hours in the closed beta this weekend, I didn't experience any of those server issues. I didn't crash once. I didn't have any moment where the hit reg felt like super terrible, nor did I have any moments where I felt like the game just straight up robbed me because it's broken. Can't really be said for Hell Let Loose Vietnam, but we don't have to go there. Now we're gonna get into what everybody seems to hate in this world: positivity. The foundation, the gunfights, the scale, the chaos, the teamwork, and those unbelievable player-created moments are already here. And the foundation alone is why I can admit that WARDOGS has problems, while still saying I absolutely love this game, and being able to recommend it to anybody who's looking for an insanely fun tactical shooter experience. So what is WARDOGS? WARDOGS is a 100-player tactical sandbox shooter where 3 teams fight over a randomized control zone on massive destructible maps. Each life you spend persistent cash on weapons, armor, equipment, or vehicles, and earn more money through combat, reviving teammates, transportation, logistics, construction, and playing the objective. You can fight, fly, drive, or build, but death costs you your loadout and sends you back to the headquarters, so every decision you make during your life matters. I know a lot of people are going to be curious on how the class system works, so I'm going to try to break this down simply. If you use an assault rifle and get kills, you get assault class XP. But in your kit, you can also bring rangefinders and mark enemies for your team, giving you recon XP as well. On top of that, you can have a hammer in your backpack, equip that hammer, and get support XP all in the same life at the same time. It's a very unique way they're going about about classes, and I like it a lot. I'm not sponsored or endorsed by Bulkhead to even talk about this game. I'm just a dude who loves FPS games, who's been looking for a breath of fresh air in this genre for a really long time, and this game is definitely that for me. You have to be patient to play this game. If you're coming from mainly playing games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, and you need that constant action to keep you interested in a game, well then this game may not be for you. The learning curve alone, you're gonna spend a lot of time going from base to object, dead, base to object, oh, dead again. You just spent 5 minutes gearing up and you hopped in some dude's helicopter, oh, he just crashed straight into the fucking ground and you lost all your money. Oh, somebody put down a mobile spawn beacon? Well, guess what? You just deployed on it and somebody was laying underneath it waiting for you to spawn in. Well, back to base again, time to buy all your gear. Oh, a team decided to put a roadblock right outside of your home base. Looks like you're dead again, with several minutes in between gearing up, going back out, just to die again. You get the point. That general frustration you get from FPS games, where enemies are doing something really stupid, and they kill you anyways, and it pisses you off, well, it's a little bit more heightened in this game, because you actually have something to lose. But I tell you what, man, does patience pay off in this game. Making the right plays, making a smart rotate, not shooting the first guy you see because his 3 squad mates are right behind him. This game is not designed to run around, kill, and die. It is to capitalize on every opportunity that comes your way. As far as the guns and the attachments go, it definitely feels like there's going to be a meta where a lot of people are using the same gun because it's the best. So the glory days are really going to be when people are leveling up and not everything is unlocked. A way around this, I think, is having like a very clear distinction with the price of the gear. Like, yeah, you can have this meta gun that's really good, but it's going to cost you 100 bands, is the way I would go about it, at least. I definitely have some concerns on how the whole economy system will be balanced out in time. I don't really know if they plan on doing progression wipes ever, or if it's just you keep your unlocks, because the max level in the game is level 600, which makes me think that your progress and your unlocks are never going to be wiped. It really is too soon to tell what's going to happen, but I am interested to see how they're going to handle that in the future. The economy system will be extremely hard to balance, and I know from experience trying to do it on an old Hightail faction server I used to own. The gunplay feels really good. Obviously, there are those some guns that just don't have as much recoil as others, and people are complaining about it, but that's where the whole economy balancing thing comes in, because those weapons, to make them have such low recoil, you have to put all the correct attachments on them, which cost money. So it's all going to come down to how they end up balancing the economy system and how expensive certain attachments are that are really good. Now, I would say the weapon feel is very similar to Arma and PUBG, and if you could split those two games right down the middle, that's about where WARDOGS is sitting, and that is the only and the best way that I can explain it. Now we're going to get into my favorite thing about this game, the flying, and man, is there a freaking skill gap to the flying in this game. The helicopters feel more heavy and realistic than any shooter that I've ever played. Take everything you learned from Arma and everything you learned from Battlefield and throw it out the window. I want to use the word realistic, but I've never flown a helicopter in my life and probably never will. This is what I would imagine the closest thing to realism is. And you're not going to know what I'm talking about until you fly one of these helicopters yourself, so let's move on. I don't have any opinions on the heavy artillery or the tank. I didn't get to experience them myself in this closed beta. The base building in this game is really cool. They give you a ton of freedom with base building. You can buy a mobile forward operating base, or FOB, and you can basically place it anywhere on the map. You want to set up a base 100 meters outside of the enemy spawn, you can do that. You want to set a base right in the middle of the hot zone, you can do that as well. And they are very forgiving with the time it takes to actually start building up the base. As long as you have the correct amount of supplies being delivered to you, you can get a pretty sizable base down pretty quickly. There are a few counters to bases, like mortars and artillery tanks, which is to be expected. And a small gripe that I have is you have to have a pretty organized squad to get a base up relatively quick. Some games setting up a base feels like it takes the entire game, and by the time you're done, the game is over. But we are just in the closed beta stages. This game is going to have a ton of time to evolve, and you bet your ass, because I've seen it already, you're going to load into a game and there's already going to be people shouting out their roles and what their plans are right in the lobby before the game even starts. I love this game. I could sit here talking about it for another 30 minutes, but I touched on all the points that I wanted to talk about. For the people watching this video that had access to the closed beta, I'm really curious what your experience was with it and how you feel about it. This game could go really, really big, or Bulkhead could fuck up another title, but only time will tell. I took that gamble and I bought the supporter edition because I love the beta so much, and I hope some of you other tactical shooter vets will give this game a chance too when it comes out into early access in September. If you made it this far in the video, type cactus in the comments, and thank you all very much for watching. I put a lot of time into this video, which if you know me, I don't do long form videos often, but I really do love this game that much that I think it deserved it. The game's not even out yet, and I'm already in love. I will see you guys in September. I will most likely be posting nothing but WARDOGS. Have a great day, everyone. Love you guys.
Alright, well, so like, I'll bribe you, can you pay, I feel the need to ask if I can try that again. I was mid-reload. It's a little cheap.
You have a resuscitator? Well, I don't have a resuscitator, so you're kind of boned, buddy. Sorry.
You wanna just sit here with me while I die?
How's it going? How was your life?
It was pretty good. They got me in the tum-tum, or I guess you got me in the tum-tum, so it hurts pretty bad. Uh-oh. Granny, is that you? Oh no. Oh no, Granny! I'm coming towards the light, I'm coming, Granny! Ah!